Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Bogdanovich is out there with Harden. And it's Eubanks in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Minnesota, McDaniels is out there with Jay. Then there's Reed. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Edwards in at the power forward position. And this time...
Dive in to try to win a championship at all costs. So lots of time here to go, but decisions will be made as the season goes on.
Now here's Leonard. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, James.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
Picked by Reed. There's the drive and the basket by Jay.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
It's Harden with the drive. Misses in close. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Edwards a screen on Powell. Here's Jay. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Staying healthy and rested has been, Brent, a challenge for this Clippers team.
Well, of course, Kevin, this affects every team throughout the course of a long season. But, yeah, the Clippers have had a really tough time keeping their stars healthy. Their fans have been patient. Their ownership has been patient. But patience runs out. At some point, you want this team to have that full health and that full run to maybe get after one of those titles.
It's the Timberwolves now. Following the 3 from Bogdanovich. That one drops for him.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Now here's Leonard. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every.
The biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin. And I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
Here's Jay. No good with the triple.
Well, after nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
Leonard with the bucket.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
Timberwolves trail. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Now I asked him how they plan to limit the effectiveness of Kawhi Leonard. Coach said the thing with Kawhi is that even if you're able to slow him down offensively, he'll find a way to impact the game with his defense. He's one of the best two-way players the game has ever seen. So they won't have a moment's rest tonight, Kevin. Thanks,
David. Here's Leonard following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Bogdanovich, no luck. Here's Jay. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. And it's Edwards, top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires at the elbow. Jay misses.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And it's Leonard missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right upon him.
So active and understanding more and more with his experience where to be to get offensive rebounds is Julius Randle.
LA has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Powell against Randle. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. His last outing, he had 8 points.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here's Jay. Randall outside. Pass to Jay. Reed with a screen on Harden. Here's Jay. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another. Really, the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was
Game that's been pretty close here so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Here are the five the Clippers have to start the second. Simmons is out there with Dunn. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Coffee in at the 3 spot. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
To the inside, here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Gobert with a screen on Simmons. Jay the pass to Gobert. Here's Jay. Randall a screen on Jones. Pulls it from the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And here's a guy who loves playing inside. Simmons can play some bully ball down low.
Gobert the screen. And he drives in. That one goes in. Jay's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Pass to Simmons. Here's Coffee. Outside Leonard. No good on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Jay. 18 points for him. He takes it in, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Coffee. Rebound, Minnesota. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
Well, once they could taste that upset, they weren't going to let this one slip away. Ferocious in that overtime period.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Gobert with a screen on Simmons. That's to Gobert. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Coffee. That is his first foul of the game.
Roll at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Leonard against Randall. Outside Leonard. Pass to Powell. The tray. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Edwards, a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Jay. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Edwards, a screen on Powell. And there's the drive. And the basket by Jay. Jay's got 24.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Pass to Eubanks. Powell kicks to Leonard. Aggressive move inside from Kawhi.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the 3rd.
Reed with a screen on Harden. Shot from the wing. Shea misses.
The 3rd quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, Jay in that stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep growing here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws. Kawhi Leonard is that kind of player. Young guys should be studying what Kawhi represents in terms of his two-way prowess, dominating on the offensive end, and just a menace on defense. So kids, history is important. Study Kawhi Leonard.
Clippers trail by 14. To the paint. Wants to get it to Eubanks and does.
Love how Leonard slices passes through the defense. He guts the defense pretty quick on that pick and roll.
Edwards, a screen on Harden. Here's Jay. Lost to Gobert. Here's Jay. Gobert with a screen on Harden. Here's Jay. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jay's got 10 points in just the second half.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now Eubanks. And here is Powell. 14 points for him. Harden surveying the D. No good from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Outside Bogdanovich. They set the screen. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's Jay. Guarded by Simmons. Jay misses.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Jones, the pass to Coffey. Pass to Simmons. Here's Coffey. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Jay. McDaniels, a screen on Simmons. Jay, the pass to Reed. Here's Jay, defended by Jones. Clippers trail by 10. Outside, Simmons. Nobody near Leonard. Off target with his 3. Here's Jay. Guarded by Simmons. Pass to Reed. Reed with a screen on Jones. Here's Jay. Reed kicks to McDaniels. Here's Jay. Here he goes. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Here's Leonard. And rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got his 5th rebound in this one. Screen by McDaniel. Here's Jay. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut with a screen on Simmons. Here's Jay. Offline from the high post.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Done shot's good.
A crucial breakdown defensively, and he was quick to make him pay.
You might see this in the early part of the game, but at this stage in the game, that's just really something unacceptable. He's a great mid-range scorer.
Randall passes to Jay. Randall a screen on Leonard. Back to Randall. Here's McDaniels, and he nails that one right through the net. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
And Julius trying to find ways where he can be more effective as a playmaker.
Here's Jay. Driving inside. Knocks it loose.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
Bogdanovich left side. Down low. Here's Simmons. Shooting in. The Clippers also changing it up. Eubanks, he's checked in for Jones. Powell comes in for Bogdanovich. And James Harden subbed in for Chris Dunn. Pass to Edwards. And stolen by Simmons. All going up court. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Eubanks. In a moment here to take a...
Tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
From deep, Harden. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
So many times in his career, Harden just stepped up in these big moments.
Gobert with a screen on Harden. Here's Jay. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Here's Jay. Good on the shot. Jay's got 6 here in this quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
To the inside, Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
It's Gobert showing some guts on that one. With that length, a good bet to get off a good look in that crucial moment.
Leonard against Edwards. Fades and shoots. Jay with the rebound. .116 left in the 4th quarter. Inside, here's Gobert, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Save himself.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Harden kicks to Bogdanovich. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Jay. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Powell, no one one around him. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, Norman Powell, cool under pressure and delivers.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Here's Harden. Rebound, Minnesota. And that's an intentional foul. His players need to hear, and immediately. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Kicks it out to Harden. It's up a 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. So they foul. And there's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Jacks up a 3. Eubanks, no good. Here's Jay. Misses there. And so Minnesota takes
on both ends and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks.